In this video, I'll take a look at some government contract stuff with HYLN. And the first one that I'm looking at is this fossil energy research and development. And this was originally funded with the the Department of Energy. And the end date on this contract is September 30th of 2028, and that's over 2 years away, with a potential funding amount of 8.4 million, and that's good because that's revenue going to HYLN for research, and they received $6 million on mid-January of 2025, and this was to use a fuel agnostic linear generator, repurposes flare gas and oil fields to generate near zero emissions of electricity. And HYLN really hasn't talked about that. The main focus has been on the Office of Naval Research, and one phase 1 award has been done. They're working on this phase 2 award. The current conversion rate is 100%, and they've been awarded $1.2 million. And this is good because HYLN is generating service-based research revenue. And there's 2 awards with a Helmer integrated drive as well as a modular generator. If you take a look at the integrated drive, the award scheduled dates, the end date on it is the end of July of 2026 this year. And the annual report also mentions this date in it. So this would be something key to look at, as is HYLN going to be awarded with phase 3, which I can't predict future events, but if they were to be awarded, that would be a very good thing for HYLN because they would get more money and the show would go on. Now, doing some more looking around, there is also this contract, which is dealing with the assessment of naval energy storage systems. This effort includes the construction of a laboratory scale skid featuring a solid oxide co-electrolysis system for producing synthetic gas from carbon dioxide and water, and a Fischer top, some German name, FT reactor system capable of generating at least 100 milliliters of FT fluids per day. This work involves building and demonstrating a 250 kilowatt Stirling generator module, conducting a 60-day test profile at a HYLN test facility, and performing post-test disassembly and evaluation of the hardware for degradation and serviceability. Now, HYLN hasn't really talked about this. They mention syngas occasionally, but they don't really talk about this one. The main focus appears to be with the phase 2 kind of O&R contract. But towards the bottom here, there's a analysis notes amendment. Since initial award, the potential end date has been extended from September of 2026 to February 2027. And that's where you see things getting pushed back and delayed. And it mentions a 250 watt generator, and for this description here, which the end date is set to be February of 2027. The action date is the first quarter of 2026, which is in it's first quarter of 2026. Build quantity 2 3-shaft power generation units and couple them to meet the 250 kilowatt power requirement. Perform 60-day test profile set by Office of Naval Research to demonstrate the engine's capability to perform to the requirements set forth. So you're having 2 3-shaft power generation units, And we know that a 4 shaft unit that will hopefully one day in the future generate 200 kilowatts of power. But here you have 2 3-shaft systems, which they've only showcased 4 shaft systems, not a 3-shaft system. So this is a different variation. And this adds like additional time and complexity, because I thought everything was based on a 4-shaft system and not a 3-shaft system, but apparently ONR wants a 3-shaft system. And if you're going to take it's 6 shafts total. So if you do 6 times 50 kilowatts, you would have 300 kilowatts of power, but they have a 250 kilowatt power requirement. And we know that they can't get up to the full 200 kilowatts with a 4-shaft system. So they have to get up to somewhere between 83 and 84% of its advertised power output to reach this requirement. So you have different like product offerings. You have a 200 kilowatt system, a 2 megawatt system, an 800 kilowatt system for potentially AI data centers, and that can scale up to 3.2 megawatts. And now you're seeing a 3-shaft version of this generator, and they want 2 of them. And so this is just going to require more time to do and put together. And you can see that the deadlines have started to slide. And here's that contract with a potential end date of February of 2027, with a potential award amount of 16 million. That's good money. And here it is with the 3-shaft mentioned in here as well. But it was originally awarded first quarter of 2026, and now that target potential end date has changed from September of 2026 to February of 2027, because they're working on a whole bunch of different product offerings, and this is yet another variation that they haven't mentioned anything about. So it's going to be interesting to see in the upcoming weeks. Does HYLN talk about this, the 3-shaft variation? And do they mention the end dates? Because I know the main focus is on the phase 2 contract, which is a part of these awards right here. And I'm sure once phase 3, if that actually gets awarded, there's going to be a bunch of hype around it. But it seems like they're stretching themselves a little thin in my opinion. But that's just me. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.